This video is going to be about sovereigns. If you love sovereigns, this is the video for you. The sovereigns that you're going to see are all very special in their own way. In fact, any one of them would be the highlight of a collection, but 5 together is quite extraordinary. So today we are going to look at 5 amazing sovereigns. The first sovereign is an amazing sovereign, of course, but what is unusual about this sovereign? If you look at the label, it says the year was 1863. 1863 was the first year of die-numbered sovereigns, and it says this is a die-number sovereign. And it's not a particularly great condition sovereign. It's got an AU 58. It's very nice. I think it might be a little bit undergraded, but AU 58, almost uncirculated. And, you know, on the face of it, it's a pretty regular, normal shieldback coin from 1863. Nothing particularly special about that. And if you look at the NGC census, you see the coin is here, its certification number, nothing really special about it. There's a nice picture of the coin, you'll recognize it from my video. And then all it says is that it is a straightforward, normal, everyday, die-numbered sovereign. If you then look over at the NGC census, what do you find? Well, okay, this view of the census only shows from 61 onwards, but it shows that there are some sovereigns in 1863 with a die number and some sovereigns in 1863 with no die number. Okay, so what's special about this coin? Well, take a closer look. The clue isn't on the label of the holder, but the clue is on the coin itself. Let's go in a little bit deeper and take a look at the truncation. So that's the bit right at the bottom of Queen Victoria's portrait. Normally, one of these coins would have WW, the initials of the engraver William Wyon. But if you look carefully, you can see there's actually 3 characters. So that can't be WWW. So what is it? And this is a really, really unusual coin. The numbers are 8, 2 and a 7. Let's take a look. So 827 appears on only a very, very few known coins. Nobody is absolutely clear as to the reason why 827 appears on only a few coins. Only a few have been found. They're very, very highly sought after coins. People think they might have been 827 coins produced, but that's only one theory, and no one has really got a totally, I suppose, a totally correct idea at this point. There are just theories that abound. But this is a pretty cool coin, and people are on the lookout for these. If you get an 827 sovereign, you probably won't find one accidentally, but if you do have an 1863 one, then please do look at the truncation and see whether you have an 827 on yours. Now, some of these known coins have also a die letter of 22. So normally on a shieldback, the die would be just above the little kind of rose, just really right in that little square, the empty square at the bottom underneath the shield. And some of the coins that are known with an 827 have a 22 as well. Other coins don't have a 22. And again, the reason why some do and some don't appears to be somewhat of a mystery. But this beautiful, innocuous little sovereign in a holder without any real idea of what it is inside is one of the world's greatest sovereign rarities, and a pretty spectacular coin. Let's take a look at number 2. What's so special about this one? It's an 1874 shieldback sovereign. The Shieldback sovereigns with die numbers in London were produced between 1863 and 1874, so this is the last year. And up to a while back, there was no die number 35 known. And this coin is die number 35, and number 35 is the last known recorded die number for the 1874. And I don't know how many of these have actually been found, but I am told by the person whose coins these are that 35 is extremely rare, extremely unusual, extremely valuable. If any of you guys do know a little bit more about the die number 35 history, then please comment below, because I would be really interested in hearing more about the history of that very special coin. It is indeed an amazing coin, and even more amazing to the sovereign collectors who are very busy collecting and recording die numbers for these beautiful old coins. Which brings us on to amazing coin number 3. Well, you're probably thinking, he's having a laugh on me. There's nothing amazing about this. It's a regular, run-of-the-mill, ordinary king sovereign. Loads of these, except that there really aren't, and this one is absolutely amazing. Why is it amazing? Okay, well, let's start off with the fact that this is a South African sovereign, and the Pretoria Mint produced these coins starting from 1923, and this coin is a 1923 coin. You may have come across the occasional 1923 proof sovereign, and those are pretty valuable in their own right. There are only 655 of those minted, but the non-proof sovereign, the circulation strike, is actually way rarer than the proof coin. They reckon there might even be as few as 60 of these coins, and certainly upper estimates put it in the couple of hundred. They really don't appear very often. And the story about these coins is that this was in the days before the mint actually produced sovereigns as a regular thing. People who had bits of old gold jewellery, any odds and sods really that they wanted to turn into a coin, they took into the mint, and the mint produced a sovereign or two for them. And a lot of those coins have got lost along the way, and they are consequently pretty much one of the rarest modern sovereign that you can find. There's a few rarities, but those are absolutely up there on the list of rarities. So possibly this is the rarest of all of the king sovereigns. When you're spending your hard-earned cash on a coin from the Royal Mint, quality is absolutely critical, and that's why you should be buying your next modern coin from the Coin Connection. Use special code Bonnie at checkout for 2% off all of your purchases. And the next amazing sovereign is certainly getting right in there with my absolute favourite types of coin. This is an 1821 sovereign, so it is George IV, and it was his laureate head, and which he later changed because he thought that he looked a little bit too large and plump with this particular portrait, and he had it thinned down. Anyway, so 1821 was probably the first time they produced a mint set. People say it's really a pattern mint set. It wasn't widely distributed, only a few are known. And this is the very, very beautiful proof sovereign from that mint set. And it's absolutely extraordinary. It's got the Pistrucci St. George on the back, beautiful mirrored fields. It's a really, really lovely example. And, certainly, when these kind of coins come up for auction, then there is a great deal of interest in them. And they're very, very beautiful items to have in any collection. This is one coin I would absolutely love to have in the numismatics collection. And this one is PF64 ultra cameo, pretty much the best you can get, and is a wonderful, wonderful example. The next coin is a coin graded by PCGS, and it's another proof sovereign. You can see here the portrait of William IV, who was on the throne for just a few years before Queen Victoria came to the throne, known as the Sailor King and beloved by the people. And before his coronation set, which was 1831, which is also a very, very rare and unusual coin, there was actually a few of these sovereigns issued in the year 1830, and so they're really considered patterns as opposed to kind of regular proofs. And it was really just a tryout for the coins that then appeared later in the following year in the year set, the coronation year set. But these are very, very unusual to find, and particularly with a decam and ultra cam grading in 64. I mean, this is an absolutely extraordinary coin. I probably should have entitled the video Extraordinary Coins, because every single one of these coins is extraordinary in its own right, and a wonderful example and inspiration to those of us who collect sovereigns. So if you guys collect coins and you don't already have a sovereign in your collection, then go out and take a look, because these coins are available at pretty much every price point, from bullion right up to some of the esoteric levels of these coins that I'm showing you today. So go out, take a look. Even if it's only a bullion sovereign, take a look at the whole range of these coins and see if there's anything that rocks your boat. Hope you enjoyed this presentation of 5 absolutely amazing sovereigns. Very much looking forward to your comments and as usual down below, and seeing what you think of this great collection.